This program contains flashing images which may cause issues for those with photosensitive epilepsy. If you feel that this may be an issue, please consider watching this as an audio only. A full transcription is available. Happy Halloween, my horror fam! Welcome to this, our very first episode of the Hinderance podcast, a podcast to celebrate the indie horror game space. I'm your host, Sia, and for this Halloween special, our co-host is none other than the one, the only, Keith. I'm gonna address one small thing quickly, and that is that I am indeed a VTuber. I know for some of you that means that I'm not a real person, but then, when we're in the horror space, who can tell what's real? Unsurprisingly, October was a very busy month for the indie horror space. I do find this both exciting due to the lots of new games to play, but I also personally wish that they were sprinkled out just a little bit. But that's just my selfishness. But if you're interested in what November has in store for us, keep watching. Although October is almost done, to celebrate, Keith insists that we do a quick speed round of some of the releases this October. This is not a complete list. If there is a game that you wish we had added, let us know in the comments. World of Horror, this single-player roguelike, is a 1-bit pixel horror. Based in Shinakawa, Japan, the player needs to solve puzzles and defeat creatures, and survive in turn-based combat. I Embark, the fourth installment in the atmospheric VHS-style series Fear's Fathom. You play as Jack Nelson, new to the area, and yet to discover what is happening in Iron Bark Park. Dead Signal. You need to monitor the cameras, report the issues before you run out of time, whilst also needing to deal with packages forcing you to leave your station. The Coffin of Andy and Lele is a story-based light puzzler where brother and sister practice cannibalism after witnessing a botched satanic ritual. Inside the labs, when news of possible failed human experiments reaches you, you decide to explore the labs. Can you identify and survive the mutation in this co-op horror? He Escaped, a horror roguelike where you look for keys and try to escape. It has both online multiplayer or a split-screen offline multiplayer. Lair of Torment, a short indie first-person puzzle horror game which is in the walking simulator genre. Ghost at Dawn, this third-person horror noir set in post-war America with a nostalgic horror playability and an emotional storyline. Can you find a client sister, or is it too late? Mop of the Dead is one of the strangest premises for a co-op survival horror. Steal cleaning supplies and escape the evil janitor, or face the wrath of the Mop of the Dead. Outlive. Survive against the mutants. Will you run? Will you hide? You decide, because you can't fight them. In this survival horror, face puzzles in order to survive. How do you feel that the spooky season has fared with new releases? Whilst devs have spoiled us with brand new offerings, why don't we take a quick look at what the announcements from friends both old and new bring us. SCP-479 Shadows of the Mind have announced a significant update, including increased optimization, additionally increased replayability with level randomization and more scares. Backroom Society's had its first major update, featuring a brand new level, as well as 2 new entities, proximity chat and the ability to change your keybinds, as well as new sounds and animations. Surrounded released its new update, titled The Stalker, which brings us a brand new monster. It also includes features such as a dynamic weather system, in-game distance-based chat, and full in-game controller support. It also has a number of updates and enhancements. There have also been a further 4 updates since this release, with many bug fixes being rolled out. So Below rolled out its Worst Nightmares update, and that's its name, not a personal opinion, showing us a new hard difficulty as well as custom modifiers. It also brings us their Halloween event, where you can unlock the new Zombie John skin. My Friendly Neighborhood released the Neighborhood update, where you can play as one of 4 playable characters in one of 4 playable arenas, and you have to try your best to survive against 4 friendly faces. Just kidding on the last one, you need to survive against a horde of friendly faces. Additionally, the update brings some bug fixes and minor changes to the main campaign as well. The C2 have officially said that they were preemptive on their full PC launch. They have released their Road to Full Launch roadmap, which documents their plan to bring the game up to its potential. In the meantime though, they have released a Halloween event, as well as implemented a new tournament mode and a role system. I will be covering the Road to Launch in another video, as we just don't have the time to cover it all here. Phasmophobia has announced a further delay to their console release. Although expectant fans of the game will no doubt be disappointed, there are too many examples at the moment of devs rushing releases. They have though released their Halloween challenge, which comes with a new badge and a trophy. It also revolves around the newly reworked Maple Lodge. One of the issues they found for console was the old Maple Lodge didn't work as expected, so as a result we now have this rework. Though bear in there, console players, I am sure we will be announcing the full release on console very soon. As expected, demonologists have launched the Halloween update. They also announced on their Discord that their departure from early access was because Steam had advised them to. Personally, not knowing any games which Steam have pushed into leaving early access, even after being left to fester for many years, I'm looking at you in silence. It seems really strange, especially since they don't give many details other than that. They have, however, announced that the development of the game will continue. Mortuary Assistant announced an update with some small updates and bug fixes. It also comes with the addition of a new Halloween body. Outlast Trials is bringing a new trial for us, with the courthouse bringing a new objective enemy and a new skin for the Big Grunt. Additionally, 3 new MK challenges spread throughout the trial, and weekly programs which will begin from November 17th. Up until the 17th of November, you can take part in their Halloween trial variations, rewarding you with Geister tokens to acquire new Halloween customizations. They have also been making a documentary, which is out now, in case you have ever wondered how they came up with such a twisted game. And that's all of the horror indie dev news we've got for you today. Also, if you see an indie horror announcement, feel free to tag us in the replies. You can find all of the details of all of our socials in the description. If you tag us in news, which ends up in the podcast, we will give you a shout out. Alternatively, join our Discord, the link is in the description, and share the horror news as you see it. Now let's get into the fun part, where I get to put my mediocre gaming skills to good use. This episode we feature extraterrestrials, things that require containment, something for the cold season, something strange, and manual labour. Disclaimer, I play all games by the stream, with the footage has been split up and some big spoilers removed. Each clip has a play by date so you can go and see the VOD. All opinions on these games are our own, even where we were gifted keys for games, which will always be disclosed. We will only give our honest opinions on the game, also as people with individual tastes, just because we did not enjoy a game does not mean that it is bad. Staircase 55 by Mr. Peanut Belly. This SCP-based horror game has no set release date as of yet. The demo is available on Steam. This game starts with a very simple premise. You're going down. The controls are easy and the game does explain them as you go, but even someone as stupid as me could work them out. You need to just keep going down. The game does hit you with what you would expect with scares. The pacing is quite slow, but this actually works well with the game. You go through the phase of being, oh, something's gonna happen, to, oh, okay, we're probably okay for a while, and then it will hit you with a scare. For people with braver constitutions, you could just see how far you can go. One thing that had me going was the potential story behind the game. The character we play is exploring this with the promise of a full presidential pardon, so straight away there's the question of, what did we do? Then there are questions over the things that we see. We have had confirmation from Mr. Peanut Belly that there is a lot of lore with this game, so I'm looking forward to seeing how this progresses and also finding out the lore behind it all. Oh. Could we just get? I don't know. I don't love elevators either. Who Are You? By Haunting Human Studios. No release date yet. Extraterrestrial isn't a horror trope that I've played a lot of. So you wake up and you find out that you're the only parent to your daughter Mattie after your wife vanished. You explore the house and find out a bit about this story before finding yourself faced with a box. And then things go a bit weird. The game isn't overly scary. There are a couple of unexpected jump scares, which the dev was very pleased with themselves when it was super effective on me. This game really heavily plays on the what the hoo-ha is going on aspect, and it really does work, and has you wondering what is happening. I did need some help completing the treasure hunt portion of the demo, because I'm not a good gamer, I'm just enthusiastic. And the alien mask wearing farmer who can damage you but at the same time doesn't seem to see you unless you touch him is confusing. Also, special mention of being told to run, and then you have the game mocking you saying, why are you running? Over and over again. Because you told me to. Even in this short demo, we have a twist in the plot, and the way that the demo ends tells me that we may be seeing more plot twists in this alien adventure. And I'm really excited to find out the exact story going on behind this all. At the end of the demo, you're faced with a choice. I made my choice. What will you choose? Where am I running to? Why am I not running? Because you told me to. Oh my god, that guy is so creepy.
Come back here, Ray. Ray.
Oh, what the fuck just happened? What the? Red's Revenge by Pixel Goat Games. You're going into a hospital. Don't worry, it's not a spooky old hospital. It's a nice new hospital. So that's good, right? Right? You've been hired to go and power wash the graffiti off the walls. It starts off with some cute graffiti, but from the start, the sounds used makes you feel slightly uncomfortable. It's not hard to notice the graphic style. I thought that it might bother me, but it actually gave a VHS found footage feel, which I honestly love. I do think it could bother some people more, but it also is worth mentioning that other than at the very start, I didn't notice the graphic style. I thought this was going to be a kooky, chill game, but it turned out it had some solid scares and a genuinely eerie atmosphere. I don't want to give too much away about how the story was progressing, but it's definitely worth the play. Gran will get you. I thought I said get well soon. Do you think this is how, like, managers feel? Like, you have a... The little freaking noise every... Oh! 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 Why am I... Is there not run? No, thank you! Dreamscape Abyss by Studio B71G and is due to be released 10th of November 2023. This game, which claims to be similar to LSD Dream Emulator, is a walking simulator type game where you wander around collecting items and then use those items to unlock new worlds to wander further. There's a big what the hoo-ha element to it. For example, there's a gun in your cupboard and I came across a military snowman and another gun with no explanations or anything at all. It also has a semi-random element, meaning the same object might not always take you to the same place. This is a very chill type of game. Unfortunately, it was too chill for me. The free wandering and lack of clear directions was a struggle for me. However, when I gave the game to someone more suited to this type of game, they really enjoyed it, just wandering around and see how much weirdness they could see. Even for me, I could see playing this during a time of insomnia where I'm trying to switch off and not even think. If you're looking for something chill but kooky and not really scary, this would definitely be a game for you. I don't know what the fuck we're doing. I think this game is made for somebody with some chill, whereas I have no chill. Wait. Oh. Can't shoot him. Oh, great. Snowmen by Nekos Dreams. Release expected December 2023. This is a very strange game. You're playing as a prince or something similar, and to be honest, you're a bit of a brat. Also, why is this the only character that I could ever find myself voice acting perfectly to? You find yourself alone in the snow woods. Just you, snow, sign, and coal. You hear a bell ringing and you make your way towards it to find a desk. You carry on walking, you find a note saying you need body parts. Then there's snowmen with body parts, you get chased by something strange, I saw a Wendigo, and then there's only one current ending. None of it makes sense, but it was a fun little demo. In recording this, I did see that in the day since I played it and recording this, the demo has been updated, so I will be playing this again on stream soon. I'd like to pretend I'm putting on a voice, and I'm getting hungry, but in reality, this is just my phone voice. So very hungry. Why is no one coming for me? No! Oh. But I'm being chased by a desk? What? It just suddenly was a loud noise behind me. It made me jump and then I ran. What is this foul magic? What do you demand? My parents will pay a just generous price. This brings us towards the end, or should I say the future. Let's take an exploration into what indie horror games are coming in the next 2 weeks to keep us at our screens with trepidation. November 1st. This Bed We Made by Low Bird Games, where you need to uncover the deadly secrets of the guests in this 1950s hotel. The Backrooms Escape by QuixM Interactive. Explore and find the secrets of the backrooms, but don't forget you're not alone. 3rd of November, Stranger Z by Lost Frame Development, a free-to-play multiplayer survival horror game. As a team survive against the stranger, or play as a stranger and terrorise your team. Liminal Phase by Ananas Studio, action horror where you need to solve puzzles and fight monsters in this VR-only release. Skibidi Backrooms by Skibidi Dev. Explore the backrooms in this co-op horror, but you need to avoid the Skibidi toilet. Delator, NAS Games. This horror puzzle platformer has you try to face your fate as the cultist's last sacrifice. Tugboat Terror by Complicated Fish Games, a task management game trying to pilot a tugboat through a dangerous swamp of radioactive monsters. Australian Maze. This maze game just features a butt ton of spiders, and that's the whole premise. Escape the mazes, face spiders. 4th of November, Solo Path by JMG. This is a French language only urban explorer themed survival horror. 5th of November, Kunkun Night by EMS Roy. This single player horror with a hint of comedy. You need to survive Kunkun, but can you? 6th of November, Cyborg 3003 by Rodrigo Banzato, a 6-player co-op sci-fi horror. Escape Z by Matt Games. Survive zombie hordes with your friends in this third-person shooter. Playtown by TMP Games. Do you have fond memories of your childhood soft play sessions? Time to be rid of those. Try to find your daughter's necklace, but are you really alone? 8th of November. Saturnalia by Santa Ragoni, a single-player survivor horror. Explore an isolated town haunted by an ancient ritual. But watch out, the road's never quite the same. 9th of November. The Shadow of the Evil Tower by Titanium Core Game. Can you bring our female protagonist to safety in this trap-based platformer? _10th of November. Dreamscape Abyss by Studio B71G. Explore the world inside your dreams, collecting items and using them to dive deeper into the world. Manus de Lateralis by Heavy Industries. A fast-paced shooter where you wield your big gun, holy weapon, to get you into the halls of eternity. The Kidnap by Chiller's Art. Yet another Chiller's Art release to look forward to. At least I know I am. The Kidnap claims it will drive you insane. 11th November. Soul of Butterflies, Incubation by Project Starry. Discover the truth of this unique world in this point-and-click adventure. 13th of November. Cody's Nightmare by Afternoon Games. This 2D pixel art game, you need to help Cody who is stuck in his nightmare. Don't worry, you have the aid of his favourite toys. 14th of November. Hand Simulator. Aliens. HFM Games. 4 to 16 players in this social deduction game. Will you be helping or hindering your friends? How are the releases for the first half of November looking for you? Are there any you're really looking forward to? Let us know in the comments. Also, let us know if there's any that you were expecting to see on this list that we had missed. And that's it for the first episode of Hinderance. We would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching as we grow and improve. Next episode, I will be joined by someone considerably more talkative than Keith, though some may argue just as scary. You can also catch me live most days, 7 to 8 PM GMT over on Twitch, twitch.tv/thecnat. And if you made it this far, comment spooky in the comments. And the fastest repliers will find their name in the next video. Also, comment spooky during one of my live streams between now and the 14th of November for a special shout out on stream. And we will see you on the 14th for the next episode of Hinderance.